So you know that you want to buy a rental property. You want to start getting that passive income. But what you don't know, the problem that you have is, how do I get the money to do the deal to make this all happen? Your number one option when buying a rental property would be cash. Then you're not dealing with interest rates. You're not dealing with getting qualified for a loan. You're not having to pay as much closing costs when lenders are charging between 0.5% to 2% of the purchase price in closing costs. And so ideally that's what you do, right? But very, very few people, especially if you're just getting started in building your real estate portfolio, have the cash to actually do a deal like that. So we want to give you some other options, maybe have you think about some other things that you may not have thought about before, share with you our knowledge on how to get started building that real estate investment portfolio. If you need to go the traditional lender route, which is a great route, and a lot of people take that route, there are two different ways that you can do this. One of which is you can buy the home and occupy it yourself for 2 years, then turn it into a rental and go buy your next property. The benefit of doing it this way is your down payment is significantly less. You can put down as little as 3.5% down. Most of the time I would recommend you do 5% down if this is the route you're gonna take. And then that way you're not having to come up with such a large sum of cash to be able to buy the property. You can save enough money to save the 3.5% down to purchase a home. That way you can go ahead and buy it, like I said, live in it for 2 years, see the appreciation happen, and then move on to the next home with another down payment. Meanwhile, while you're living in the home, you're saving up for that next down payment or the next 2 years. This is the lowest cost option as far as money down goes to be able to start building that investment portfolio. Now, the other way to do it with a traditional lender, if you don't want to be moving homes all the time, if you've got a large family, if you've got small kids, you don't want to be moving schools, I understand that. I totally get why you would want to be more rooted in the place that you live. If you're doing it that way, you do have to put 20% down. Now, what we want to discuss is how you're going to come up with that 20% down. One way that you can look at is a hard money lender. On the hard money lenders, they have varying interest rates, closing costs, down payments. It all depends on who you use for the hard money loan. You are going to be approaching somebody who has the funds to purchase the property and asking them to buy the home and letting you put your name on the title. Some hard money lenders are also going to want collateral in addition to that. So those are all things that you're going to need to negotiate, or that we can help you negotiate, as well as we can supply you a list of hard money lenders that you can reach out to and contact and start negotiating those terms. If you would like that list, leave a comment below and we will get that emailed over to you. The other thing that you can look at, and that is really popular and that I know a lot of people are doing right now, is you can either refinance the home that you live in if you have equity in it, or you can do a HELOC, a home equity line of credit, to pull money out of your existing home, to pull that equity out and go out and buy another property. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned with this because it is risky. You're borrowing against your own home, your personal home that you reside in. And so if you make a big mistake and you blow that money, then you're putting your personal home at risk. However, I look at it and say, you've got all that equity sitting in your house and it's just sitting there. It's not doing anything for you. It's not out there making you more money. That is how the rich get richer. They take their money and they make their money their employee. Their money works for them. Because of how low HELOCs are right now, because of how low mortgage rates are, you can earn more than the interest rate that you would be paying on those loans. So if you get an interest rate on a refinance and you pull all that money out and your refinance rate is now 3.5%, we know we can get you a cap rate, or we can make more money on an investment property than 3%. So your return, your ROI is going to be more. Ergo, bottom line, you are netting more money. Not to mention that while you're netting more money, you're also gaining equity now on multiple properties rather than just a single home that you own and reside in. I did this route. I went and did a refinance, took the money out of the refinance, used that as my 20% down, and bought an investment property. And I haven't regretted it for a single second. It's been wonderful. It's been fantastic. And now I bought that property in April of 2021. That property has now appreciated over $100,000. I could sell it for $100,000 more than I paid for it. You tell me if that was a smart investment or not. Another common question that I get asked when it comes to purchasing rental properties, people ask me, how am I ever going to qualify for a loan on that when I barely qualify for the mortgage that I currently have? And that's a great question. Like I said, refinancing could be an option. Getting a HELOC could be an option. We've got lenders right now that'll do a HELOC for you for 1% for the first year of the loan. Now, once you have those funds for your down payment, you still have the remaining purchase price that you've got to cover. We have a lender right now that will do a loan for you that, as long as you can show that your monthly income from the rental property will be higher than the monthly mortgage payment on the rental property, they will give you the loan. You do not have to show your debt to income ratio. It's a very easy loan to get. That being said, interest rates are slightly higher than these, but again, we can get you a cap rate that's going to be higher than what you're going to be paying in interest. Again, netting you more money. If you have any questions about this, you want to have a detailed discussion about it, give me a call. To stay informed on all things real estate, especially in the great state of Utah in which we live, comment, hit that subscribe button, let us know. That way you can be notified anytime one of our new videos drops. Thanks.